How's it going, my confident bakers? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll show you to make a delicious, cheesy, spicy cornbread. So let's get in the kitchen and see how it's done. Cornbread is one of the simplest yet most rewarding breads you could make. In fact, it's more like a cake than bread, because the dough is not really dough, it's more like a batter. And there is no yeast here. It is leavened with baking powder and baking soda, which makes it a super quick and easy bread, which requires no experience to make. It is moist, bouncy, and full of flavor. Serve it with your favorite soup or stew or spicy bowl of chili. So let's get right into it. Let me show you how it's made so you can make yours. Starting with the ingredients, we'll need some coarse cornmeal, some whole wheat flour, which you can swap for white bread flour to make it lighter, some tinned sweet corn, and some grated cheese. You can use any cheese that you like, the stronger the better, I would say. I decided to go with the red Leicestershire. We'll need a couple of eggs, some buttermilk. If you can't get a hold of buttermilk, use a 1-to-1 mix of milk and yogurt. We'll need some chopped green onions, butter, baking powder, baking soda, some pickled jalapenos, honey, and salt. As for the equipment, we'll need a bowl, scales, a whisk, a spatula, and we'll need a deep baking tray. I'll be using my Lloyd's Pans pizza pan. It measures around 8 inches or 22 centimeters long and 6.5 inches or 16 centimeters wide. You can bake your cornbread in a larger tray. It'll just turn out a little bit thinner, and there's nothing wrong with that. To stop the batter from sticking to the tray, I'll line it with some non-stick baking paper. Here's how to line a tin without cutting. Of course, you do need to cut the piece of paper to size first. Flip your baking tray upside down, place the paper on it, trace the edges of the tray onto the paper, and then fold over each of the corners. And when you flip the tray the right way up and place the paper in it, it should fit perfectly. Works like a charm every time. This will be a very quick recipe, so the first step is to preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius, 320 Fahrenheit, fan on. And that's 180 Celsius, 355 Fahrenheit, fan off. Grab a large bowl and mix all the dry ingredients, that being the cornmeal, the whole wheat flour, the salt, the baking powder, and the baking soda. If you decide to use white bread flour instead of whole wheat bread flour, you'll get a slightly lighter and taller cornbread. Okay, once the dry ingredients have been mixed up, place them on the side, grab another bowl and mix the wet ingredients, the buttermilk, the honey, the eggs, and the melted butter. Then use the whisk to mix everything together. These ingredients don't really like being together, so the mix will split, but that's totally normal. So don't worry if it starts looking a little bit like scrambled eggs. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients. Now it's time to mix them together. I'll pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredient bowl and whisk them up. Once everything is mixed, we can continue by adding the remaining ingredients. And here you can customize the cornbread to your taste. Don't like sweet corn? Leave it out. Use your favorite cheese, whatever it may be. Add some herbs like parsley or dill. Swap the pickled chilies for some fresh ones. I would suggest using a little bit less, otherwise it might get too spicy. You could add some seeds to the mix, or even some bacon. Anything goes really. It's your cornbread, you're gonna eat it, make it the way you want it. And once the mix is ready, pour it in the prepared baking tin. You could also make little cornbread muffins. You could pipe some herby cream cheese on top. That would make a nice little savory snack. Use your spatula to spread the mix out evenly. And finally you can pick the tray up and tap the bottom of it to make sure everything is nice and smooth. Alright, this thing's ready for the oven, so let's get it in there. It'll take around 35 to 40 minutes to fully bake. If you want yours to be extra cheesy, you could sprinkle some extra grated cheese on top for the final 10 minutes of baking. If you put it on too early, it might burn. I didn't do that. I like the way it looks without the cheese. And there you have it. That's how you make a super easy cornbread. Between getting all the ingredients ready and mixing, it took no more than 10 minutes. The good thing about this type of bread is that it's flat and will cool down quickly, so you can eat it soon after baking. And in fact, it's better when it's warm. This thing smells and tastes incredible. And for the effort we put in, the result is awesome. I would say cornbread is the chocolate brownie of breads, because you can add anything to it, it'll still turn out delicious. And it's pretty much impossible to mess it up. If you're into simple recipes, head over to the basic dough playlist. There's plenty of breads there, which are perfect for the beginner and delicious enough for the pro. But if you ask me, I'll tell you that all my recipes are simple and easy. At the end of the day, it's all relative. If you want to achieve a certain result, you need to put in a certain effort. But of course, if you want maximum deliciousness and the least amount of work, then cornbread is exactly what you should be making. So what do you think of this recipe? Do you make cornbread? What are your favorite additional ingredients to add to it? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this one, click over here. Subscribe to the channel, click right here. That's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.